Hey everyone, I'm Jody Schwan from Sioux Falls Business. Welcome to another edition of Talent Thursday. We enjoy these weekly conversations with our partners over at the Sioux Falls Development Foundation, where Denise Gazetta, who leads talent and workforce development, always brings us a great guest. Today, it's a familiar face that we always enjoy catching up with, though. Hi, Denise. Why don't you go ahead and introduce a guest who might be familiar for some of our audience?
Oh, hopefully, right? The fabulous Wendy Alexander from Poet is joining us today. And yes, Wendy was with us in the beginning. If you remember, we were doing these live streams back when we were promoting Win back in
Hey.
2021. She was really courageous to come on, and now we have her back again, and we've had her back a couple times, but always a great conversation and a great organization. So
Yes, and let me start there. Hi, Wendy. Again, it's always good to see you. Um, these conversations reach a lot of different audiences. So, of course, those of us who are in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, we know Poet very well. But for college students who maybe are tuning in through a different platform who were like, Poet, do you hire writers? And you don't know much about the company. Tell us a little bit about your story.
Oh boy. Okay. Yes. So I've been at Poet for 3 years. I love Poet. When I first visited with you, I was brand new. So
Mhm.
I feel like we've done this a couple
Yeah.
times. I'm getting more educated. It takes a while to learn a company, but so many fun things going on at Poet. I am now in charge of the internship program, so I can talk a lot about that as well. We hire a ton of different people from a ton of different areas. But we are the world's largest biofuels producer, and we are headquartered here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We have been around for now 36 years. We have another kind of sister headquarters down in Wichita. And right now we're at about 2,400 team members company wide. We have 34 bio locations, which means that's our bioprocessing facilities out in a lot of the corn states. And we did just purchase about a year ago a Savannah Marine Terminal. So now we got into that world. We're one of the world's largest shipper of goods. So I think we're right up there with Walmart, around 24 to 26 in the nation. I don't think a lot of people
Okay.
know about that. So
No.
a lot of the
oh, that's
industry,
awesome.
people that we look to, we work with so many different schools, but we hire everything, obviously HR, marketing, IT, but we hire a ton of engineers and research people as well.
Yeah. So it almost doesn't matter whether you're a science person or a communications person or a numbers person. Like there's probably a role for you at Poet.
Definitely, for sure. We just have so many fun people, so smart, so down to earth. It's really exciting.
So you mentioned the internships, and I know Denise is very familiar with your internships. College students, it's end of January. You need to be thinking about those internships this summer. And Poet has a terrific program. It's one of those models where I point them out to businesses saying, this is what an internship program should be. When you talk a little bit about what you offer for interns, and is it too late to apply, or should we be looking at next summer already if you haven't gotten it in for this year?
Yeah, you really should look at next summer. I was surprised when I came to Poet. I did not realize that a lot of places are now hiring those interns in the fall. And what
Right.
we've learned even in the last couple of years is that that timeline moves up more and more. So we used to try to tell our managers to have all the internships filled by end of December each year. We always have a few stragglers depending on the location, just because of the amount of people. But this year we have two left now. We have two left in Wichita. Those are logistics roles. Other than that, we just filled our last internship here. We have them out at the plants, and we have them here in Sioux Falls. I just counted, we're just over 30 for this year. So a lot of internships, a lot of different roles. We have a few plant engineering interns, so they get to sit out at our bioprocessing facilities. But then we also have a software developer intern, a merchandiser intern, environmental health and safety intern, research intern, accounting intern, agronomy intern, so many options.
Wow. And yet the common thread here is that experience, right? That you guys really cultivated experience for them.
We really do. We've been building that out as well. We've always had a great program. I had a team member that had been here for a long time, and she built out this program very well. So she handed over a great thing. And then we just tried to enhance it a little bit. You've probably heard the trend, Denise and I talk about this a lot, about there being a little bit of a push for some, I don't want to call it soft skills, but even communication and that sort of thing. A lot of younger students and people are, struggling a little bit with the face-to-face communication. They do a lot of device, use and computer use when they're doing their communications. So we changed it up this year and created a summit where we have a 2-day summit. We bring all of our interns here, no matter where they're at. We bring them in, fly them in, drive them in, do whatever we got to do. And we let them have a kind of a conference here at headquarters for 2 days. And then we actually do an after work networking event as well. And we got rave reviews on that. They really love that because they want to network with each other and build networks for the future.
Denise, what stands out to you about Poet's approach?
Well, I think one of the things that stands out is when I took a tour, and I always do this whenever I'm in a business, just look at the people and look how they're interacting and look at the engagement. That really stood out to me. Everybody's smiling, they're working, a lot of enthusiasm. You can't underestimate. That is what people want. They want to be in an environment where they are able to bring their full self, where they can bring all these innovation and entrepreneurial skills. And then I think it just gets heightened when you're around other people that are very like-minded. And that's what I loved. And then I hear these things about the depth and the breadth and the scope of these programs and how they develop people. That is probably the number one thing that young talent today, early career people want, is they want to be developed. And I do think when you talk about soft skills and technical skills and hard skills and, where are we? It's important. This is a changing game. I mean, we're talking right now today about soft skills and the need just to kind of expand those and maybe enhance those. But tomorrow we're going to be really talking about technology and the ability to adapt. So I love the fact that you have, again, a company and a team that works with this incredible person that really surrounds people and really gives them what they need long term, because that is a true test of a company that is here to stay. So.
And I think culturally too, Wendy, I mean, this from the top down, this company is about big things and tackling the huge issues of our world today. And I feel like that probably resonates, especially with young talent.
Absolutely. The number one thing we hear as we go out to the career fairs and work with schools and work with people all over is sustainability. They flock to us for that word. They love anything about sustainability at all ages, at all levels. So it's super important. They love that we actually have a mission and we have the values that we really stand behind. We know that we're not for everybody, and we feel okay with that because we want to do what's best for the earth, work with the farmers, and we feel like we get to do that. And so people that really want to be a part of that really do come here to be there. Another thing is, not all interns get to experience this, but a lot of them end up coming on as full-time employees later. So then they later do. But some of our benefits here just blow my mind. So we have a bereavement program here. A lot of people haven't ever heard of anything like that. So we have a wellness team that actually works with our people that follows them when there is a family member that passes away. We just have all these extras that we're constantly building out. So very, very exciting.
That is one I've not heard of.
Yeah.
And so important when you need that.
Absolutely.
So I'm seeing over your shoulder, Wendy, and I want to mention this because we just ran a story on Sioux Falls Business about the Never Satisfied scholarships. And, you've got the same branding around the internships, but parents, we're talking to you now. If you have high school students, you need to know about this. So how can you speak a little bit to the scholarship opportunities, Wendy?
Yeah, a little bit. So last year we did combine our Never Satisfied internship program with our Never Satisfied scholarship program. So if you go to our website, we have a beautiful page that's been rebranded and there's a section for both. The scholarships are open right now, and I believe that they close in February. I want to say like February 13th. Great program. Like I said, the internships, we really do try to get filled by end of December. So there's so much great information out there about that. that. And then it's an easy application process. The application's right out there. Or if you want to apply for an internship when they're open, you can apply right there too. Gosh, what else do I want to? Yes, deadlines are February 12th for that application for the scholarship portion. And if you ever have questions, we have a nice area you can ask those. And we have a great person here, Hannah, who manages that as well. So we work together on that a little bit.
Well, and then I think too, if you're already in your career and you're watching this, the opportunities are just plentiful at Poet. I mean, we're going to run a job listing for you soon on legal assistance, right? I mean,
Yes.
it's like so many different backgrounds. We've had leadership positions that we've helped market for you recently. It's a little bit of everything, isn't it? So I always say it's worth checking out that careers page at Poet because you never know what opportunity is going to be there.
Yes, we really have a variety from every level. And again, what's really cool to watch is how many of our interns turned into full-time people later on and now have moved into leadership roles. So we have just such tenured people here. It's really cool.
But that's the goal, right, Denise? That's why we beat the drum of
Absolutely.
lawyers on those internship opportunities.
Well, and that's where we say, listen, we're now coming out of the Great Resignation, right? And then it's the quiet quitting. I love all these terms, by the way. It reminds me of when I was back in the government, right? But really, long term, it's much better. Keep your employees, invest in them long term, and think about the entry, and then think about them for the rest of their careers and what they need. And what I love about Poet is you can do a lot. And I've seen a lot of people that have switched gears because I know some of their journeys at Poet. And I love the fact that they're able to do that in one organization. And that is so unique today. And that really kind of, if you look at the anticipation that people have for their career and their expectations, that really allows them to really be part of a family long term, right? So awesome.
And I always
It's
think
awesome.
people like to be part of organizations that are always doing something. They're always innovating. There's always something new, and that's Poet.
Absolutely.
Yes, there's so many things going on behind the scenes here. And again, I've lived in Sioux Falls since 2020 or 2000, and it did not realize all the different things that Poet did. And so you think about ethanol, and then you get in here and you find out we have so many products. We have a really cool webpage about that too that you can look into, but asphalt rejuvenator and animal feed and pet food and all the different things we're constantly creating. It's so cool.
Right, but all with that sustainability undertone, which
Right.
is so great, right?
Yes.
Okay, so as we always say, Wendy, if they want to find out more, where should we send people?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, they can reach out to me. LinkedIn is always the best way, really. Part of my role is monitoring that. So shoot me a message there. I'm always happy to answer it. I also could get you then my email if you'd like. I can send you more information. But our website, we just keep building it out. So a lot of that information is out there. Follow us online. Follow us on LinkedIn. Follow us on Facebook. We have our comms team does such a great job with the videos and all the information. So it's always nice and updated, and there's new stuff all the time.
Yeah, they sure do. And it's Wendy Alexander, guys. She is like a LinkedIn queen. So look her up. You're going to find her. Connect.
Definitely.
Right?
I love meeting people.
Yep.
Denise,
see
any
all the
final
great
thoughts for you?
No, I encourage anybody interested from, parents, that are thinking about helping their children, right? We have a lot of requests in just today where people are thinking about my child's a sophomore or junior in college. They need some help. Who do I connect them with? And I just connected Wendy with a high schooler that needs some direction, right? There are so many things out there, and Poet can help you in that journey. So don't be shy. Reach out, get the help. Maybe connect, okay? Even better, if you find a position that you really love, apply for it.
Yeah.
So
always good catching up with both of you. So Wendy, thanks for being here. Thanks for what you do. Denise, another great guest. And Denise has been busy. She's been lining these people up. So stay tuned next week for another Talent Thursday. We'll have another good conversation for you. In the meantime, if you have a question, if you're watching on Facebook, you can always leave that in the comments. We'll keep an eye on those. And we'll be back with you next week. So thanks again and have a great rest of the day, everybody.
Thank you.